Travel gear under $100 usually seems cheap, until you find the few products that deliver real quality without the premium price tag. Hey, Johannes from Gear Up Your Life here, and today we're looking at 12 travel upgrades that give you the most value for your money. These are the items I genuinely choose over many expensive alternatives, simply because they perform, they last, and they solve real problems on the road. And of course, stay until the end. I also have 4 bonus gadgets that add a surprising amount of comfort to any trip. Our first product is the UGREEN Nexode Power Bank, and this one sets the tone for the whole list. It's around $50, but the build quality and performance feel way above that price. You get a full 20,000 milliamp hours inside a compact, travel-friendly body that fits easily into a sling or the top pocket of your backpack. It charges phones, earbuds, tablets, and even smaller laptops thanks to the 30-watt USB-C output. The screen shows the exact percentage, which sounds minor but completely changes how confident you feel on long travel days. No guessing, no surprises. What I like most is how well it fits into real backpack-style travel. If you're constantly moving between buses, hostels, and airports, having one power bank you can trust just removes a ton of stress. And if you spot it during Black Friday or Cyber Monday, it usually drops even further, making it one of the best value upgrades you can get under $100. Our next product is the NayoSmart UL2 Sling, a compact everyday sling designed for people who move between airports, cafes, co-working spaces, and short city trips. The footage you're seeing right now is actually me using it on my travels, because this has been my daily carry for the last weeks, and I've been genuinely impressed by how well it fits into real-world travel days. The UL2 is built from a 1.5D grid nylon that's water-resistant, dust-resistant, and easy to clean, which makes a bigger difference than you'd expect when you're constantly outside or commuting through busy cities. It weighs just 350 grams, sits close to the body, and stays comfortable even when you're walking around all day. Inside you get 4 structured compartments, a dedicated section for your small tech essentials, and magnetic quick-release straps that turn the whole bag into a one-hand operation. Perfect for airports, crowded metros, or grabbing your handy fast. There's also a hidden back pocket for your passport or phone, which keeps your most important items safe without adding bulk. What I like most is the size. It's smaller and cleaner than the larger UL one, which makes it perfect for minimal setups. Wallet, passport, power bank, camera, AirPods are the things you actually need when exploring a new city. It feels modern, lightweight, and surprisingly premium for a bag that stays under the $100 mark. And with the community code GUYL10, you can bring it down even further, which makes the UL2 one of the best value slings I've tested this year. You'll find it linked below. And if you travel a lot with small gear, this is a really solid upgrade. Thanks again to NayoSmart for supporting today's video. Now let's move on to something a bit more compact but extremely useful for everyday travel. Our next product is a little bit of a technical cheat, but only by a few dollars. The Soundcore Liberty 4 normally sit right around the $150 mark, but they've been reduced to about $90 for most of November, and for that price they deliver one of the biggest comfort upgrades you can make as a traveler. You get great noise isolation, solid ANC, multi-point pairing, surprisingly good microphones, and a sound profile that works well for both music and podcasts. The case is compact, the battery life is strong, and the earbuds stay comfortable even during long sessions, which is something a lot of budget options struggle with. I actually had them shipped to me here in Greece last week because I wanted to test them properly while working, jogging, and listening to Audible on long walks, and from that experience alone, I can say they hold up impressively well. Are they AirPods Pro or even Sony XM6? Not exactly, but for under $100, they get close enough that the difference isn't worth triple the price for most people. If you want a travel-friendly pair of earbuds that feels premium without costing premium prices, this is easily one of the strongest picks on the entire list. Our gadget number 4 is now finally the item I already teased in the Christmas gift video this Tuesday. The Evergoods Cap 2 Tech Pouch. This thing is built for people who travel with chargers, cables, batteries, adapters, SD cards, and everything in between, but want a layout that stays clean and logical no matter how often they pack or unpack it. Cap 2 uses Evergoods' signature 420D woven nylon, which feels thin but incredibly strong. It holds its shape even when it's empty, the zippers run smooth in every direction, and the internal layout is structured in a way that makes sense immediately. Elastic loops, divided sleeves, and a wider opening that gives you a full overview in one glance. At around $75, it's not the cheapest pouch, but it definitely feels like a premium organizer. You can lay it flat next to your laptop, hang it open from a hook in an Airbnb, or use it as your everyday tech kit inside a backpack or sling. What I like most is how consistent it stays during real travel days. Nothing spills out, nothing tangles, and even if you're rushing through a train station or reorganizing cables at the airport, it keeps your setup under control. If you want one tech pouch under $100 that genuinely performs, the Cap 2 is easily one of the most dependable options out there. Gadget number 5 is the AeroPress Go, and if you've been watching this channel for a while, you probably know that I used to bring a French press on almost every trip. It worked, but it was bulky, fragile, and a bit annoying to pack. And after Alex, one of you guys, recommended the AeroPress to me for what felt like the 10th time, I finally gave in. And I have to admit, he was right. The AeroPress Go is compact, durable, and designed to brew consistently good coffee anywhere. It uses a simple pressure system that extracts a smooth, clean cup without bitterness, and the whole setup packs into its own mug, which saves a surprising amount of space in your bag. At around $30, it's a great upgrade for anyone who wants proper coffee while traveling without dealing with glass, metal filters, or complicated gear. You can use standard filters, rinse everything under a tiny Airbnb sink, and it's ready to go again in seconds. For backpack style travel or long work days in cafes, this has become my go-to brewing method. Small, reliable, and way easier to bring than my old French press. Gadget number 6 is the Matador Flatpack Soap Bar Case. And this is one of those items I heard about so many times that I eventually just bought it to see what the hype was about. And to be fair, it really does what people say it does. It's made from a hydrophobic, breathable fabric that lets your soap dry inside the case while still keeping all the moisture contained. That means no more slimy hotel soap, no leaking containers, and no weird mess in your toiletry bag. The welded seams are fully waterproof, the roll-top closure keeps everything locked in place, and the whole thing weighs next to nothing. Now, to be completely transparent, I wouldn't call this an essential, even though some people treat it like one, but as a premium upgrade for $15 to $20, it's genuinely impressive. If you prefer using solid soap on trips or want something that stays clean and organized without adding bulk, the Flatpack does that job better than any plastic container I've tried. It's simple, reliable, and exactly the kind of small travel upgrade that just makes everyday routines a little easier. Gadget number 7 is the EPICKA Trip Cozy Compression Packing Cubes, and before anything else, a quick disclaimer. I don't actually have them with me, yet I couldn't get them shipped here to Greece or Croatia in time, so this is one of the few products on this list that I haven't personally tested, but everything I've heard so far has been almost entirely positive, and EPICKA is a brand I generally trust. The Trip Cozy Cubes use a 2-zipper compression system that lets you shrink your clothes down without crushing them into a messy block. The fabric is lightweight but structured enough to hold its shape, and the mesh top makes it easy to see what's inside without unpacking everything. From what people have told me, the zippers are surprisingly strong for the price, and the cubes actually compress evenly, something many cheap sets fail at. They're also designed to stack cleanly in a backpack or carry-on, which is perfect if you travel with multiple smaller compartments. So while I can't give you my personal "I use this for 3 trips" stamp yet, the overall feedback has been strong enough that I'm comfortable recommending them. And for the price, they seem like one of the better compression options under $40. Gadget number 8 is the Anker Fusion, a wall plug power bank that fixes a few problems every traveler runs into sooner or later. Most power banks need a separate cable to recharge, they take up an outlet by themselves, and half the time you forget to charge them the night before a flight. The Fusion solves all of that in one step. It works as a regular power adapter when you plug it into the wall, but the moment you unplug it, it turns into a portable power bank with enough capacity to top up your phone once or twice. No extra cables, no extra chargers, no extra weight in your bag. For me, the biggest advantage is that you can't forget to charge it. Every time you charge your phone overnight, the Fusion charges itself as well. On travel days or long walks through the city, that tiny bit of extra battery life often makes the difference between arriving with 40% or desperately hunting for an outlet in an airport corner. It's compact, reliable, and far more practical than a regular 5,000 mAh power bank that needs its own cable and its own charging routine. For around $35 to $45, this is one of the simplest, most effective upgrades you can add to any travel setup. Our next gadget is the Evervessel Mini, and this one fits perfectly into my current sling setup with the NayoSmart UL2. Everyone knows the Awala Free Sip is still my number one for full travel days, but the Mini fills a completely different role that I didn't expect to like this much. It's basically the ideal EDC bottle, small enough to disappear in any sling, lightweight, and designed for those days where you don't need a full 700 milliliter tank, just something you can refill quickly at cafes, airports, or workspaces. The stainless steel body feels super solid, with the twist cap seals tight, and the matte finish has that clean, minimal look that works with every bag. What surprised me most is how practical the size actually is. On city days, museum trips, gym sessions, or whenever I'm editing in a co-working spot, I don't want to carry a huge bottle around. The Mini gives you enough hydration to stay comfortable without taking up half the space in your bag. For anyone who likes compact EDC setups or wants a small bottle that pairs perfectly with any sling, this one makes a lot of sense. And at around $20 to $25, it's a premium feeling upgrade that still sits well under the $100 mark. Our next gadget is the Nomadix Ultralight towel. And funny enough, I didn't even buy this one myself. My girlfriend picked it up a while ago and I basically borrowed it purely for this video. And now I kind of want to keep it. I've shown a lot of travel towels on this channel, the 4 Monster one, the classic Matador, and even the Yeti towel I bought recently for a small fortune. And this Nomadix version surprised me more than I expected. It's super packable, dries incredibly fast, and the designs feel way more fun and refreshing compared to the usual plain grey travel towels. If you're headed somewhere warm, beachy, or just want something that doesn't look boring in photos, or your Airbnb bathroom, this one actually stands out. The fabric is soft, lightweight, and folds small smaller than almost any other towel I've used. For summer trips, minimalist packing, or just having a throw in your sling option for workouts or day trips, it's honestly a great little upgrade. If you want something practical with a bit more personality than the typical ultralight towel, give this one a try. It's simple, affordable, and fits perfectly into any warm weather travel setup. Alright, our next gadget is something much smaller, the NITECORE TINI 3. This tiny little keychain light looks almost like a toy, until you actually turn it on. For a flashlight that fits on your keys, it's shockingly bright, up to 500 lumens, which is more than enough for night walks, emergency moments, or finding your Airbnb door lock at 1 AM without waking the entire neighborhood. What I really like is how premium it feels for its size. USB-C charging, multiple brightness modes, an aluminum body, and a lock function so it doesn't accidentally turn on inside your bag. I've used it on late night walks in Croatia for checking camera gear in dark hotel rooms, and even during power cuts. And for something this small, it punches way above its weight. It's the perfect example of a micro gadget that you don't think about until you need it once, and suddenly you're glad you packed it. Under $40, super durable, and honestly one of the most useful pocket tools you can add to your EDC setup. So, last but not least, we've got the Sea to Summit Frontier Ultralight Kettle Set. And even though this looks like something made only for campers or hikers, I use it all the time in Airbnbs. I've said it a million times. I hate Airbnb and hotel kettles. Half of them look like they've survived 3 world wars, and the other half make your water taste like plastic. That's why, whenever I have the space, I bring a collapsible kettle with me. And this one has honestly been the best so far. The Frontier set is lightweight, packs completely flat, boils water surprisingly fast, and comes with 2 ultralight cups that I actually use in my normal daily routine. Less dishes, less plastic, and perfect for taking a drink outside while walking around a new city. It's simple, durable, and if you make coffee or tea every day, whether you're hiking or just living out of Airbnbs, this little set makes your life so much easier. For $60, it's one of the most practical upgrades you can add to your travel setup. And don't go anywhere yet, because now we're moving into the 4 bonus gadgets that are all under $100 too, and honestly, some of my personal favorites. But before we jump into the bonus picks, I want to quickly invite you to my completely free newsletter. Now with over 1,000 travelers, I'll keep you fully updated during Black Friday, send the best deals straight to your inbox, and share the gear I personally recommend in real time. And just for signing up, you get the Gear Vault bundle for free, a database of 75 plus travel gadgets, 8 complete packing guides, and 25 printable travel tip cards you can use for any trip. Alright, let's get back into it. Our first bonus gadget is the Peak Design Packable Tote, a super clean, premium feeling reusable bag that folds down smaller than your palm. It's great for grocery runs, day trips, laundry, or those moments where your backpack is already full and you suddenly need extra space. The material is durable, water resistant, and way nicer than the usual budget foldable bags you see everywhere. For around $35 to $40, it's a stylish, practical upgrade that quietly becomes part of your daily travel setup. Next is the VELECTRIC Travel Razor, a super compact grooming tool that's perfect for carry-on travel. It charges over USB-C, has a surprisingly strong motor for its size, and fits into any sling bag or toiletry kit without taking up space. If you shave regularly while traveling or you're buying for someone who does, this is a smart lightweight upgrade. At around $25 to $30, it's one of the most practical pocket-sized grooming gadgets you can pack. Bonus gadget number 3 is the Nomad Kevlar USB-C cable, one of the toughest cables you can buy. It's reinforced with braided Kevlar, charges super fast, and doesn't break after 2 months, like the cheap ones from airports. If you carry a power bank, laptop, or camera, this is the type of cable that saves you from a lot of tech headaches. For about $35 to $40, it's a premium upgrade that actually lasts. And our last bonus gadget is the GearAid Field Repair Buckle. Tiny, cheap, and incredibly useful. If a backpack strap breaks, a hip belt snaps, or a buckle cracks during a trip, this little clip can fix it instantly without sewing. It weighs almost nothing, costs around $8 to $12, and can genuinely save an entire trip if something goes wrong. It's not flashy, but it's the kind of tool you're always glad to have in your bag. Alright guys, if you want to know exactly what to grab this Black Friday, check the video on the left, and if you haven't subscribed, you can do that right here on the right. Safe travels, and I'll see you next time.